Meaningful moment. This message is always about what is the most meaningful thing that I can share with you now. And I usually always come back to the same idea. So it must be pretty meaningful. And that is that we are already at the beginning stages of the Messianic revelation. The world, according to our stages, has three 2,000-year periods. The first 2,000 years are called the 2,000 years of redemption. Wow, I messed that up. I'm sorry. The first 2,000 years are called the 2,000 years of creation. Alternatively, chaos. God made the world and man made chaos. And then came the 2,000 years of Torah. Abraham basically started to teach us the value system of God, which is the Torah, goodness and kindness. And of course, God gave the Torah shortly thereafter, within 400 years by Moses. And the world reached a understanding that these values are true. Paul Johnson is a great historian, and he wrote a history of the Jews, and he said that, these ideas, they may be like things that, wow, you would say like, such a brilliant idea, but he says it takes a special genius to realize them, and God is that genius, and he basically inseminated it into humanity, into our consciousness, which is, to us, it's obvious, but it wasn't so obvious. And even many countries around the world, a friend of mine lives in Japan, he says, people can be starving and nobody helps them because the culture of goodness and kindness that God imbued in us in the Torah, beginning with Abraham, not necessarily there. But the ultimate is the stage that we're in now. It's called the 2,000 years of redemption. And redemption really began towards the destruction of the Second Temple, when a new dimension came into reality, because the ultimate dimension is to be able to actually have a personal relationship with God and to basically be your best self in this world. The highest level we can be is connected to God and always growing and always learning more and always giving. There is no higher than that. And so now we're in the times of redemption. So it's very important to understand this, that it was a three-stage process. So stage number one was creation, chaos. Stage number two was Torah, ethics, morality. And stage number three is personal growth, eternal growth. Thank you for watching.